first time of asking.
Yeah, it was a clean start. A horse to look out for here who makes a very bad mistake early is Anacotti. He's a horse who basically, his race is over almost after the first race because for whatever reason he gallops into the first and that was almost race over for him.
It certainly was. As we alluded to there, he was really the only horse that made any form of mistake. Other than that, they were pretty clean over it.
Yeah, just watch him here. Bottom of your shot on the far left here in those blue colours. Look, he almost gets stopped actually, but the deciding moment jumps across him. And for a horse who's a notorious character, it's very difficult then to get back into the race, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. No one plans to be that far back, particularly on this sort of ground. Bless the Wings carried Poolmaster out a little wide, and that stage, Rajdhani Express, the eventual winner, was a long way back. But this is the chair, and they all get over this as well.
This is actually a second that they're jumping here, and you can just look out for Fairy Wrath, the horse in front, who is owned by Carla Kyle, of course, wife of Jeremy Kyle, chat show host. Right at the top of your shot, in those orange stars, this horse, when it went to the chair, Tom Cannon saw a stride that I didn't even know existed. But this horse came from.
You've got to be brave, haven't you, if you see a long one.
Just watch it here. Look, committed and brave, and this horse answers the call. Look at that, Eastlake, very bad mistake.
And this is where Eastlake makes a bad mistake, yeah.
If we can stop it here, we'll be able to pinpoint Eastlake for you. You can see right in the shot, he just comes a bit early for AP, and that's the end of that. But the eventual winner, Rajdhani Express, has only got 4 horses in front of it as they land over here. Great shot here.
Yes, it is, and that's probably where Sam Twiston-Davis's good record round here. Sorry, Sam Twiston-Davis. Sam Willie-Cohen's good record round here counts in his favour because he doesn't panic if he's
But the
too
horse is
far
a
back
notoriously good traveller, you see. And if we,
I mean, you look at him there, he's probably got 4 or 5 only
there he is.
him.
There's your winner, Rajdhani Express, right back in the field. Eastlake right alongside him in those JP McManus colours. Let's try and pick out a few of the others as well. Reuben Cotter is another horse who carried plenty of money. He's in those very famous Graham Roach colours right in the middle of your shot in the red and white cross belts.
Yeah, and there's a slow jump by Theatre Guide back in the field there, and Ballygarvy's another one that is towards the tail. Monetair's struggling, just going out in the circuit. The check colours towards the back of the screen.
He really seemed to take to it, Richard, and that was a very early signs of that there.
And meanwhile, up front, Fairy Wrath has loved it. I mean, he's loved it, hasn't he? I'd say Tom will come in absolutely buzzing off that.
I should think Tom Cannon has loved it a little bit more than Fairy Wrath because he seems to have had a ball. And that's the big thing here as a jockey. You go across the Melling Road and think, right, get your horse balanced underneath you. And this is where I think Sam Willie-Cohen comes into his own. There he is in your bottom of your shot here on Rajdhani Express. Brave man's route down the inner on a horse who hasn't got much experience around here, but he is the one with the experience.
So watch out for standing ovation. He's on the outside there. There he is.
And Ballygarvy's effectively hampered and unseated. I mean, there's no chance there.
No. You'll see, just watch for the fence to almost move as that horse hits it. There's no way back from here.
Just keep
there you can see Fairy Wrath at the front of your shot. He was loving it going round here.
Standing ovation's just on the extreme left of shot. That's where he doesn't get high enough. And if you see in a moment or two, keep your eye on that line.
He just buckled on landing, didn't he?
He just didn't get very high, I think, to be honest. And Ballygarvy is just landing now.
He jinxed to miss him, you know. And I think Tom O'Brien goes flying. Look, you can see him getting shipped out the side. Here we go again. Right in the left of your shot now. Standing ovation actually puts in a short stride and pays the penalty. But look at Ballygarvy. He says, right, I'm going to skip to my left and you're going right.
Yeah, that was the end of his race. By this time, both Theatre Guide and Splash of Ginger well back in the field. But Fairy Wrath is just beginning to assert, and over this he has a length in hand over the rest of the field.
And Rajdhani Express starting to creep a little closer.
Yeah, and then the one that next one that I think that we lose in a minute is Deciding Moment. These are horses in very light blue colours. You'll see him 3/4 way back in the field. But look at that, just going through the shot here is Rajdhani Express. Besides Benny's well. Monetair, he managed to get into it a little bit, Richard.
Yeah, they just packed up slightly here.
And that was fence 6, and they all got over that.
They did, and the next one is The Ditch, which is 3rd on the National, 7th today. Deciding Moments.
Yes, here he is. There you can just see him here. Just watch what happens here with this horse. I don't know, he'd been jumping very right-handed. Whether he did that a little bit here, again, just galloped straight into it.
A loose horse cleans him up as well.
I'm afraid you can make all the excuses in the world for him, but when a horse does that round here, they pay the price.
Yeah,
and Anacotti made a second mistake of the race at that obstacle as well, just as he was trying to get back into it. So I think there's Deciding Moment. Just doesn't get very high, does he? Look, he hardly reaches the ground. That's him coming down. And if you see Anacotti's about to rise in a moment or two towards the back of the field, just arising. You might see it on this.
You'll see this horse hitting it halfway up.
That's Anacotti, but he drags the back legs through it and is slow.
The next one we've got to look out for now here is Johnny Burke's ride. This is some ticket. Horse just here. You'll see he'd been having a lovely time with Johnny. But again, horse puts
That's a good
down,
sit.
makes a bad mistake, and then he's a good sit by him, but he's on borrowed time at this stage.
Bobcat Billy got hampered by the loose horse as well. That fence was going to see this really well, aren't you? This is
Yeah. Oh,
that's a good sit.
that's a very good sit, but
Want to go over the neck there.
no, he didn't get over the next, which you'd have thought he'd have learned his lesson. That's the one thing with horses around here, Richard. They learn quickly. If they don't, they pay the price.
So,
Look how close Sam Whaley Cohen is to him here, just at the bottom of your shot. Now, some tickets, you know, he's jumped that well, and Sam has decided to get away from the inside, and he now moves to the outside of the pack because he knows Beechers is coming, Richard.
yeah.
He's made his ground very slowly, hasn't he? He's just gradually creeping into the race.
And still out in front, Fairy Rath's jumping well. So this, I think, was the one before Beechers, and the approach to Beechers, there's still... Fairy Rath has been able to tack across the inside. That's the benefit of getting clear water, isn't it?
Yeah, but Tom Cannon has taken brave man's route here. He's having such a good time. I don't think he's worrying about what fences are coming up. And sometimes Beechers will just come and grab you. You can see just turning in there. Some ticket now just getting passed by Rajdhani Express.
At this stage, only 3 have gone. There's only 3 that have exited the race, and yet we're only going to have about 10 finishes. So
Yeah, you can see the winner going through as well. Just foot perfect Rajdhani Express.
As you say, Richard, we do have 10 finishes, but we do know that all the horses are fine, which is great news.
absolutely makes watching this, more interesting in a way. Don't have to worry about any casualties, and the fences have taken their toll, but obviously in a safe way. This is where it begins to get a little bit busy.
Fine, even. Let's just pick out some ticket for you. We said he'd been making a couple of mistakes. Just watching there, bottom middle of your shot right now. And this is, you know, it's the smallest fence on the course. They've just jumped the biggest one, and the horse is almost taking his eye off the ball. You know, we're hoping we can bring you good news about Johnny Burke, because he just looks like a couple of horses have
What a
glanced
nasty
him.
fall.
But there you can see the horse just hasn't got high enough. Look at that. The horses are almost like ballet dancers as they step over him. Thankfully, they've all missed him. Look at Richie McLernan. You can see in the JP McManus colours, he's having a lovely time of it. Young Brendan Powell riding so on target. He's another one having fun, Richard.
Yeah, absolutely. Great moments for some of the younger riders of the weighing room, but Tom Cannon is the one. He's brave at the best of times, unlike Sir Fontwell. Hopefully the stragglers managed to avoid. Bless the Wings is out the
We
back.
get some carnage here
Yeah.
on the canal turn.
We lose 5 here. You've got Dana that's brought down, Anacotti that falls, Monitor, Kingsgrave, Granville Island. So complete carnage. Considering I don't think we'd lost
You'll
this
see
many
it all
up
happening
until
now,
this point.
just about to start getting interesting here. Look at Anacotti gets balked by the horse on the inside. Darna has got nowhere to go, gets brought down, and then you can see Kingsgrave gets hampered, very badly hampered. Montoya Son and Eastlake are virtually out of the race at that stage.
And Granville Island's the other one. He's towards the outside in the noseband. He gets effectively brought
Here you
down.
go. Just keep your eye on this part of the screen here with Anacotti. The loose horse comes out to jump, hits him broadside, down he goes. Darna then has got nowhere to go. You can see Moneter gets unseated. Montoya's Son, really good sit on that horse. But AP on Eastlake, he gets carried out.
Splash of Ginge, great recovery out
Yeah,
of the race.
really well.
good recovery. That was him out of the
Watch
race.
what happens. You can see him in the shot now. He just gets hit on the side. And that's game over.
Then we move on to Valentine's, and once again we lose a few more here. Eastlake, AP pulls him up.
Yeah, sensibly so, because it's race over. And you can see just going out the side door. That was witnessing Court Paul Townend, spare right for him. Just watch what happens left of your shot in those yellow colours. He's just running down the fence a little bit. And in the end, he runs out of room. Horse just pitches a little bit. Look, he's struggling to find his feet. He does unbelievably well, the horse, to stand. But Paul Townend, gravity has taken over it.
There were, and the 2 other casualties here were Eastlake. Tony McCoy called it a day after that early hampering, and Montoya's Son was the other one. His 3rd run in the race, and it didn't fare much better than the other 2.
Just about to go left of your shot here, Paul Townend. You can see this again. He disappears out of shot. He's just
And there's
about to meet
Rajdhani Express. It's now 3 or 4 lengths off the leaders, that's all.
having a lovely time. You could see Sam as well. I don't think I've ever seen him look round as many times today because I don't think he could believe how well he was going and how probably badly some of the others are going. You can just see Richie McLernan. Unfortunately for him, that's where his race is over. Wings of Smoke. Richard Johnson about to hit the deck as well.
And Festive Affair.
Festive Affair is the one front
He
rank.
just puts down, gets in too deep, and you can see that spruce
Yes.
takes no prisoners, Richard.
No, absolutely. And this,
He pecked a little, didn't he, on landing there at Johnny Express?
Yep.
I mean,
He
he's
almost
been
jumped
pretty
it too
faultless
well.
until that stage. But I mean, look at the body language of Sam there.
now, loose horses begin to play
Yeah.
a hand here, don't they? And then Splash of Ginge pulls it up at the back of the field. I think it's the fence after this where
No,
we get a loose
yeah, it
horse
is.
coming along and we lose is it 5?
The
I
loose
think.
horse actually meets them coming up the track, and it's carnage when that happens.
He ran because you can see from where we were, he ran along the fence in front. You know, shades.
I think it was some ticket who
Nationals.
actually came down the track. Here you go. You'll see it on this shot here, where the loose horse suddenly comes in the shot. Here he comes.
Now
that.
Now just watch right at the bottom of your shot now. You'll see Theatre Guide about to appear. When the horse actually goes back to the left, here he is, just coming. Just watch this horse here. Look, oh!
Benny's missed as well.
Benny's missed. Aidan Coleman and Darrell Jacob, both horse and rider, are A-OK. And Turban goes actually after the
Look at
fence.
this.
This is a bird's eye view. Aidan Coleman wearing the camera. Oh, that is
That
brilliant
is a fantastic
footage.
shot for the armchair viewer, isn't it?
Here you go. Just watch it again here, right at the back of your shot. Just watch this horse here. You'll see him. You think, oh, I've missed him. Bobcat Billy just misses him. But look at these two.
And we lost Turban here, didn't we?
He did.
Yeah,
he
we did.
fell,
He went
he
after
fell
the fence,
separately.
yeah.
The use was a fall, but look at that. And now the race develops, doesn't it? That's
Yeah,
the,
it does. But
you
just
know,
watch Sam Whaley-Cohen here. He's really confident on this horse.
The writing's on the wall, isn't it, here? I mean, you just have to look at his body language. He's taking a pull, he's biding his time. And meanwhile, up front, good old Fairy Wrath, he's still bang there.
He is, and Rathlin is another horse in the Gigginstown House colours who's run a really good race, Richard.
yeah, absolutely. Hunt Ball round again. Ruben Cotter, so on target. He probably just struggles to last this trip, but he's given his rider a good sight. And the decision here, Mick, is when to take it up, really, isn't it, for Sam? He
Yeah.
probably knows he's got the one in front covered.
You watch him here, when he lands over this fence, he has a little peep because he thinks, is there anything behind me? Because I got the one in front of me covered. And that's the big thing. You know it's a punishing run in here. So you know you don't actually want to go and kick and use up that petrol early. And as we saw in the end, the horse didn't actually have that much petrol in the tank when the line came.
No, this is probably the upper end of his trip, isn't it? He's travelled so well into it, but great runs from the first two. Rattling Hunt Ball follow them home.
But
Fantastic.
Fitzy, going into the National tomorrow for Sam off the back of a success like that, I mean, is he absolutely buzzing and raring to go
get
now?
used to it.
You are buzzing. Yeah, he is. Well, he must be used to it because he's now the most successful rider of all time over the Grand National fences. So, you know, he'll be, well, cloud nine, especially on a horse who's been round there before, got previous experience over the national fences. He'll be sleeping very well tonight because he'll be really looking forward to it. There'll be a few other lads who won't be sleeping so well tonight because they won't be looking forward to it.
Well, we heard from his wife. They don't stay in the same bedroom, do they, the night before?
Can't believe that. Imagine having to pay for 2 rooms.
Oh dear, how does that comment not surprise me for you, Fred Fitzy? Right, let's confirm the first 5. Rajani Express won at 10-1. Nicky Henderson winning the race for the 3rd successive year. Fairy Wrath in second, 25-1. Wrath